Hello, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is a non-spoiler review of Ready Player One. Now, we got to go see this at a screening last night, which was Monday. While we were sitting in the theater, we were live streaming the premiere, the world premiere from Los Angeles. So we're sitting there on our phones. We got in about an hour early, make sure we got good seats, and we're sitting there watching the live stream. It was very meta.
It was very meta, and we got to see it in IMAX 3D. So now we're completely ruined.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we are going to go see it again on Thursday with a bunch of our friends who are huge fans of the book, and I'm interested to see how different it is, how we feel different about the viewing of it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm going to feel the same, but
I feel like I'm going to feel the same. Yeah. As I was quite happy with the movie. I'm not going to, get around it, but I'm just interested to see if the experience is different.
Right, because really it seemed like everybody at the viewing that we went to liked it.
Yeah, like
we talked to a lot of people as they were leaving,
and not like, oh yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. Like everybody was like, oh my god, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
So now a lot of those people too hadn't read the book. So but overall, everybody seemed elated with. I think elated is a good word there.
Yeah. It was. There was cheering and clapping and
it was a good interactive crowd, but it took them a minute. So, like I said, this is the non-spoiler review, so we're not going to spoil it. We're just going to talk about generalities. Apparently, I needed shots before we started this. So, so overall, just stuff that you liked about the movie without giving anything away.
So for the people that have read the book, we've both read the book or had the book read to us. The big concern is the book is dense, as you put it.
Right.
There is so much stuff in it, and I felt that the movie captured the essence and the spirit of the book and the spirit of the Oasis and the game and all the characters. But it really, there wasn't a ton that was the same as what was in the book. There's the stacks; those are
the stacks look really cool,
and the Oasis and the ball scene, the dancing scene where they're all floating around. All that stuff's been in the previews, so that's not giving anything away. That stuff was all in the book, but there was a lot of it that wasn't. But I wasn't upset by that at all. I still felt like I was getting
the Ready Player One experience,
right?
Just a different angle of it,
right?
Maybe.
Yep.
And and that's cool. Ernest Cline was actually one of the co-writers of this script, so he was directly involved with it. With Zach Penn, I believe is the name of the writer. I'm gonna look up here really quick.
I think that's who it was.
Zach Penn, yeah. So he wrote it with the assistance of Ernest Cline, who wrote the book.
Right.
And then Steven Spielberg is, Steven Spielberg.
Right.
For me, I really liked how they did the transition between the Oasis and the real world. There's an obvious visual difference between the two. Now the really obvious things is when you're in the Oasis, you are you're
an avatar.
You're whatever avatar you want to be, right? So why do I get so and Daito and Soto, they were Japanese samurais or ninjas or whatever else, but then H is like this giant orc robotic thing, and so there's that obviousness. But the big thing for me that I really found was in the real world, everything was a little bit more dirty is not the right word, because I'm not thinking saying it's dusty or whatever, but it was everything was muted a little bit, and it was in the Oasis everything's shiny and glossy and
I think
over reflective of everything.
Very colorful. I think that without going into it, right, because that's a big part of the book where they kind of talk about how um, the world is run down or whatever, and
Yeah, yeah.
and the Oasis is an escape from that. And so I think that was kind of their way of visually explaining all of that without
Without putting it
explaining
out
it.
there, right?
Yeah.
Anything in particular that you really didn't like?
So the only thing, and we talked about this with some of the folks as we were leaving, the only thing that I didn't like, there's a character that I felt that I don't know why she was there.
Yeah, she seemed out of place
Yeah.
compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
And that was my one major complaint. There's I'm gonna talk about something here, and it's not spoilery, but we've already kind of touched on it. Is it's not the book. It was never going to be the book.
Right.
And they changed some stuff to make the story much easier to digest for people who didn't read the book.
Yeah.
And my concern is, and this is why I'm going to say this is one of the things I didn't like, is the people who love the book, our friends who are super into the book, who are like me, who've read it 4 or 5 times, know it frontwards and backwards, were already complaining that this movie was being made outside of the way they wanted it. And so my one complaint is that it's different enough from the book that people are going to bitch and not see how good this movie is. So
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was.
I think it's
it
close.
holds up.
I think it holds up too. But there's enough changes in it that you have to sit down and really understand that the book was never going to get done. So the way you want it to get done, and that was one of my one complaints is that. And then the one character, and the only other thing that I wish it was longer. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, it was already pretty.
It's pretty long.
Yeah.
And they didn't cut. I mean, there wasn't parts where I'm like, this scene needs 5 more minutes. All the scenes are cut to the right length or whatever.
Yeah.
I was so happy after the movie got done that I was like, I want 10 more minutes in the Oasis. You
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Can we go back in and watch it again?
yeah. So what was your overall score?
So I've been thinking about this all day. I'm gonna say out of 5, I'm gonna say a 4 4.5, 4.75. I need to pick one.
I'm at a 4.5. I'll be contrarian, a 4.6. Because I watched the Schmoes review today, and one of them gave it a 4.751 or something like that. It was like a really weird number. But yeah, 4.5. I mean, this is tied for my favorite movie of the year so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 4.75 just because there really wasn't a whole lot that I didn't like. Like I said, that one character, it wasn't enough to take me out of the movie or anything. I just kind of, every time she was on, I was like, what is the point of her? I loved everything else about it.
Yeah,
so.
I did too. So that's our non-spoiler thoughts about Ready Player One. We're going to do a spoiler review too. We'd ask that you go watch the movie first and then come back and watch the spoiler review. That will be a much longer conversation.
Yeah.
And while you're here, though, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you can get the notifications when we upload new videos. We're doing trailer reactions, movie reviews, regular long-form shows, and then I think we're going to do something for the Alienist once we get done watching all of it.
Okay.
And so please subscribe, hit the bell for get notifications. You can get a hold of us too on Facebook at the Pop Culture Cult. We're Pop Culture Cult 1 on Instagram. We're at I'm dying. We're at Pop_Cult1 on Twitter because Twitter's trying to kill me. Allergies are kicking my ass, so I'm sorry. And then we're on the Stardust app. I'm Stardust and a whole bunch of stuff right now. Ready Player One from right after the premiere last night. So follow us there. Download it for free. I'm going to now go drink a gallon of water. And until the next review, good evening now.